Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today we have 1.7 kilos of wrought iron. It is naturally etched. Put a close-up of the etched area. So it is actually wrought iron. It's a very large lump. It's from a dray axle. And we're going to make a dog's head hammer out of it, seeing as it coincidentally already has most of the eye punched. We'll probably end up using a little piece of this old Farrier's rasp for the face. It is 45 by 10, so what's that? 1.75 by 3/8, give or take a little bit. This piece is 17 centimeters, or just on 7 inches. It is 50 millimeters or 2 inches at what will be the face, and is about 40 millimeters. 42 millimeters, so 1.5 inches at the pole end. There is a little bit of wear from when it was an axle, so we do need to forge this down towards square and then make it a nice octagon taper, and then we'll drift out the eye and weld on the face. We may do the drifting of the eye after we've welded on the face, just so that we minimize the risk of distorting the eye during the welding process, because we'll be hitting like that. So we'll be working probably over either the Hardy or the Pritchell on this anvil, because that will give us a reasonably stable point to stand on. So let's get things hot and get started. But before we even really get started, we need to modify these tongs, which I modified last time for the 16th and 15th century anvil project, so it would hold rectangular stock. So I need to twist these back into square so that it will hold around and be secure. Alright, let's get the forge lit. This is wrought iron, but not at welding temp yet. I'm just getting rid of some of the rust and dropping shit. Definitely see the grain structure in there. That's gotten rid of the bulk of the crap. Let's get that hot and start. get that hot again. And we'll work on this side. Should get us close to our desired octagon. Spooled off a lot of that patina. Now, when I bring it out for the next hammering, I'm not going to work the sides of the eye, because I'll do that when I'm actually drifting the eye towards the end of the process. So I'll work on the flats of the striking end from just below the eye downwards, so we start getting that square to octagon profile. It's drifting. Keep that straight. You can have a little bit of bend, because we do need a little bit of bend. Turn around so we can work on these surfaces. Good. What I'd like to achieve is, if that's the hammer body, I'd like the face to be welded kind of like that. It's a bit exaggerated, but that way it's stronger and it'll last a lot longer. So I've cut the piece a little bit over length. We'll forge it down to 50 in length, and then we'll start to forge it out a little bit, because I think it's a bit thick at about 1 centimetre. Yeah. And then we'll forge the corners in to give it that octagon look, whilst trying to keep it at about that 45-50 millimetre, probably closer to 50 millimetres on each of the axes. By 50, let's work on those corners. that hot. How flat that got that. Not too shabby. Next one is from this side because we want this on the inside. This is going to be tenuous because I haven't got very much to grip onto it. I don't think this one was clean enough. Okay, so by cheating, what I mean is I've added a couple of little actual proper welds, like electric arc welds. We're at 1244, which is pretty close. Well, it's above the welding point of the steel that the rasp is made of, and it's in the range for wrought iron, so it's just a matter of whether it's clean enough between those two surfaces. Now, I did flux, and I've refreshed the flux, and we're now at 1250, and wrought iron is self-fluxing, so there should be adequate fluxing going on in the weld itself. I think I've got good contact, because when I refreshed the borax, I also hammered it a little bit just to tighten that seam up. So, let's have another go. Before we lose too much heat, let's get back in there. Now that feels kind of solid. it's hot. But it's very uniform and it looks like it's taken. And then we need our spacer brick anymore. Okay. This bit I'll be aiming to keep the faceplate over the edge so that I can work at 45 degrees without tearing it off. Torn it off. It's about working local. We're going to use our anvil making peening hammer for blending in welds. Flux it, back in it goes. Come off that time. First two of the big ones done. And yes, it hasn't taken all the way. We do need to work on this because I'm afraid that's starting to tear. That is where the expansion takes place.
like that swell a little bit. Okay, I think this will be the last heat this high. Now it's time to clean it up. So we're going to wire brush the hell out of it. Oh, that's got to go. Okay. I think I'm going to put this in the forge just for a little bit, then I'm going to wire wheel it. I think this will be the handle side. Alright, that's touch marked. It's ready to heat treat essentially. We're going to cool off the pole. And then, once we've quenched, we're going to let the internal heat in the hammer run the colours. So, I'm going to brace it to clean it up. Still up 220. That's it. Well, there we go. It's finished. I'll put some better photos up at the end, but it's come in at 1.5 kilos. Nice hard face. I've taken it to 400. I generally don't take my working hammer faces any further than that. This hammer will be up on the Etsy in an hour or two. In fact, it'll go up 5 days before you guys even see this video. So, yeah. So this is a Japanese style dog's head, from what I understand it. If anybody would like to correct me, that would be most welcome. I generally don't make these. This is quite literally the first one I've made. So, I'm going to let the linseed oil dry off, so I don't leave too many grubby fingerprints all over it. But it came together quite well. We started off with 1.7 kilos of wrought iron and steel, so we've not done too badly to only lose 200 grams to scale, considering we worked in the gas forge and it's not the kindest environment. So, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget, ring the notification bell. So get out to your shop, push your envelope a little bit, do something new, but whatever you do, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.